I'm really excited to be joining you for your mission week coming up really soon now, and so I wanted to share with you just a few key things to bear in mind as we get ready for the mission together. I wonder what your expectations are as we go on mission together. Maybe some of you by nature are pessimists and you really don't expect anything to happen. Maybe you're an optimist and you imagine that 50,000 people are going to become Christians even though there aren't actually that many students at your university. Well, the Bible gives us realistic expectations of what we should expect. At the end of Acts 17, after Paul had preached in the city of Athens, in a context quite similar to our own, we see the response that he got. We read this. When they heard about the resurrection of the dead, some of them sneered, but others said, "We want to hear you again on this subject." At that, Paul left the council. Some of the people became followers of Paul and believed. Among them was Dionysius, a member of the Areopagus, also a woman named Damaris, and a number of others. Did you notice that there were three different reactions that Paul got at the end of his talk? Firstly, some people mocked, they laughed, they just thought this whole idea of resurrection was ridiculous. And we need to be ready and prepared for the fact that some people will respond negatively to what we might have to say. Now, we shouldn't take that personally, but we should be ready that people might react in that way. People reacted that way to Paul. They even reacted that way to Jesus. If we want 100% positive reactions to what we do, then we're aiming to be more successful than Jesus himself. But equally, don't assume that people are going to respond negatively. We don't know how people are going to react, so don't presume that people will respond negatively before you've even invited them. We might be surprised by how people react. But there was a second group of people. They didn't react negatively, but they wanted to find out more. They were intrigued, but they were not yet convinced. And we need to be ready for people like that. People who will come along, who want to know more, but won't be ready during the week itself to trust their lives to Christ. And that's why not only will we be organising a mission week, but we're organising follow-up to go on after the week is finished, so that people in that situation can continue to ask their questions and investigate the claims of Christ. But there was a third group of people as well. This group of people heard what Paul said, and they were convinced, even though they'd only heard him for one talk, and they trusted Christ. I can't tell you how many, I can't tell you who, but I'm convinced that if we preach Christ creatively and persuasively, if we invite our friends to come and hear, if we pray persistently, then some people will come to know Christ. So let's have big, biblical expectations of what we could see happen during the mission week. Yes, some people will respond negatively, but other people will want to find out more. And there'll be others too, I'm convinced, who will come to trust Christ. So let's be excited as we approach mission week together. And by the way, let's also make sure we're ahead on our work before the mission week starts so that we can commit ourselves to being involved to all the events of the week. Make sure that you get your assignments and your coursework done ahead of time, so you can be around. Let's be excited at what God is going to do during our time together.